divorce rates are astronomically high right now.
The only thing left for these people to do is they're going to go to their bathroom and say, look what I just did.
There's no substance. There's no serious consideration for anything.
A lot of people scared me because you guys are all men.
They've pushed family values out the door.
If one influencer posts something, it's like a copy paste. Everybody does the same song, the same movement, the same over and over. To me, the first love is very, very important. Like on Saturday mornings, everybody watch cartoons. I watch black and white movies. Armenia doesn't have it. They did not say yes.
They didn't say yes?
No.
How you doing, Sevan?
I'm good. How are you guys?
I'm good.
Good.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm nervous because nobody ever asks us how we're doing. We just start the show and it's like we don't exist. So,
Well, it's funny how we ran into you because our apologies for getting back to you late. You had messaged us on Instagram, and we get a lot of DMs, and a lot of it kind of gets lost in the shuffle of the requests. And we've somewhat learned to not open all requests because of some of the interesting messages we get, and
like what?
how we should. I don't even want to say it because it's going to give people ideas, but we ran into you at Jack Jr.'s event, and you came to us. You were like, I've been messaging you guys. We want to set something up. Long behold, we had seen some of your comments and had gone back and forth with you in the actual comments, but the DM we hadn't seen. And our sincere apologies for getting back to you late, but we made it happen.
Listen, I'm happy. Better late than never.
Better late than never. You brought 2 books with you. You are a romance author. Tell us a little bit about how you kind of got into writing and why romance.
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you for having me here. I appreciate it very much. I was looking forward to it. And a lot of people scared me because you guys are all men. And I don't know what that means, but they were trying to say, are you going to be okay? Are you going to be okay? I'm fine. I'm actually more comfortable.
Is that why you brought your husband?
No, he had to drive because I was nervous.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are we that intimidating?
I wonder why they would say that, though. I mean,
yeah.
What's with being around men? What are we?
You know what? If I believe everything everybody said, I wouldn't write this book and I wouldn't be here. So I don't listen to more than half of what people say until I prove it.
So here's a message for whoever those people were. As of today, I no longer identify as a man. I identify as a woman. So female guests, you're more than welcome, and you should be very comfortable on the WiseNuts podcast, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah. So there's now 2 men, 1 woman. Well, maybe 1 undecided. We'll see what happens.
Hey, I might identify as non-binary all of a sudden. Is that what they call it? Non-binary?
I don't know.
Or
is it non-binary? There's too many to count these days, but yeah.
Binary, whatever it is. So you never know.
Yeah. Work on it. See what happens.
Absolutely. I mean, there's 72 genders or 73 genders, so we'll figure one of them out.
You gotta be one of them.
Absolutely.
When you sign into Peloton, it doesn't ask you if you're male, female, non-binary, or any of those
Surprisingly, it's only male and female. You know what, Peloton, you got to work on it.
Yeah. Not diversified enough.
Yeah. But it's funny. You said people were saying, don't go on, or what was exactly going on? Because we've been having some interesting conversations for the past couple of weeks with certain people, and apparently we're the boogeyman.
I don't think they meant like, don't go, they're going to hurt you.
No.
No, not, I don't think they meant that. I think that they just thought like, these guys are going to talk about, I don't know, boxing or cars or what are you going to like, they're going to intimidate you. I'm like, no, they're not.
See,
we have a sensitive side.
See, that's the big misconception with a lot of people that don't watch our show. They don't understand that, hey, listen, it's not all sports and politics. Dude, we've had conversations with people about everything.
Yeah, you had other women.
Everything. I mean, just a couple weeks ago, we had, what is Tina? I mean, it would be an astrologist?
Yes.
No, not an astrologist.
I thought she was.
No. Which Tina are you referring to?
The last one, she was talking about astronomy.
Yeah,
and-
astronomy.
Yeah,
and
she studied astrology as far as like the how it relates to our personalities and like, kind of like the zodiac sign in a sense. But she's not an astrologer.
Oh,
and it was one of the shows where we didn't talk
She's
about
a
politics.
life coach. Yeah, she's a
Uh-huh.
life coach.
Oh.
And for example, to say she should be intimidated, I mean, she had been, or she still is, has been abstinent for the past year and a half. She should be the one concerned about coming on to the WiseNuts, right? As far as, well, I've been abstinent for a year and a half. Maybe these guys are.
Yeah. You also had another woman on here. She does makeup.
Yes, we had Harush on here
That's
as
That
well.
was a
Harush,
while
yeah.
ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a while back.
So I was telling them, you're wrong.
No, we love having female guests because it adds a different perspective, right?
Right.
The chemistry is usually different with female guests because at the end of the day we have a different way of looking at things, and we always welcome it, and it tends to be a lot more interesting than just having male guests.
Right. Right. So I proved
Yeah.
them wrong
Yeah.
again. So it's okay.
Thank
Well,
you.
when they watch this, they'll see that, hey, you know what? These guys aren't as bad as what we thought they were.
Right.
But going back to the original question, what made you write your first book and why romance novels?
Well, it's a couple of reasons. One is because my father, even though he never published a book, he was a machinist. But he wrote a lot, especially when he went to visit Armenia. He would just write and write and write, all in Armenian. And he has pages after pages after pages. He has the ability to write. So I wanted to, even though he never saw my books, he passed away. He never knew I wrote. I wrote it after he passed away. But that was one of the major reasons that I wanted to write. And another reason is I love telling stories. I'm a detailed person. Sometimes people are like, get to the point, but that's how you write a book. If you got to the point, the chapter would be over. So I'm very, let's say I go somewhere
Mm-hmm.
and people say, how was it? Other people, somebody would say, oh, it was fine. It was nice. I would say, oh, when we parked, the valet guy did this and he was wearing that. And we walked in and the lobby was like this. There was a table there. There was green apples. Like I would start all from that. And people actually started listening because I would throw in funny stuff. It wasn't all, boring. And soon I would have, like, since I was a kid, have a circle of people around me just listening to what I want to say. Wow, like they got excited. They wanted to go to this place that I actually thought it was very boring, but I made it sound exciting. So I always wanted to write, but I did not know that I could until one day in high school. I think I was in ninth grade. Yes, ninth grade. And one of the teachers asked us to write a short story, and you could pick anything. And I wrote about this guy and girl, like just a couple of pages. And everybody else wrote about, I don't know, UFOs or whatever. They were not into it. So I turned in the paper, and my teachers back then said, Sevan, one day you're going to be a great author. I laughed. I'm like, what? No. But she was right. She, this is ninth grade, And I also love romantic first love stories. Like, to me, the first love is very, very important. Not puppy love. First love is different. And
What's the difference between puppy love and first love?
puppy love is cute. First love is dangerous if it doesn't go right. Because then you do stuff sometimes that is, dangerous to some, maybe not dangerous to others. That's the difference. And first love, most of the time, if it's done right, it lasts. Puppy love doesn't, because you can have puppy love on singers, celebrities, but not in your first love.
First love could have emotional damage to you in the
Exactly.
future,
Mhm.
and your next love might not be the same.
Yes. And I hate to admit it, everybody's first love is always there in their head. it never goes away. Because you think about them, not in a romantic way. You're just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that was my first love. And, it's even when you see the person, you're like, oh my gosh, you can't look at them. So it's different from puppy love. Puppy love is, oh my gosh, hi. It's different.
Oh my God,
This
he's
is-
so cute.
Yeah, like that.
It's interesting because this topic comes up a lot during
Uh-huh.
gatherings, for example, when you talk about the first love, or for instance, even over the weekend, we had some people over at our house. It was not so much about your first love. It was more so about, like, they were asking me, I have two boys, right? Would you want your boys to meet somebody at a very young age and just be with that one person, get married, and that's it, have a family and all that? And I've thought about that a lot. And I'm interested to know, as far as, since you are a romance novel author, in your stories, or in your mind, from your perspective, do long-term marriages work out better if they met like they were high school sweethearts, or if you've met at an older age, say in your late 20s or early 30s, where you're matured, you're developed, you're more established, personally, financially, career-wise, and all that? What do you think of that? What do you think
Um,
works out better long term?
it depends on the person, on the couple. If the man or the woman is mature, but I would say more the love that you meet later, when the man is established, financially and ready, that would usually lasts longer, because you want them to go out and see other people and see the world, because then they become, restless after they stay with the same love that they had all the way from high school. But that doesn't mean it doesn't work. It has happened. I've seen people, and I know people that they were in love since high school, and they got married and they're still together and they're very happy.
Right here.
Yeah. So
Right
that
here.
yeah,
Both of you.
yeah.
Right
That
here.
doesn't mean it doesn't happen. The percentage is a lot less than the other way, because the other way, like I said, it's dangerous when, especially if you have friends that are in your ear, like, come on, why are you with this girl
Friends, or
for
just friends? I think it's friends, it's family, it's
family? Yeah.
parents as well.
Mm.
A lot of parents who are involved in their children's relationship end up actually causing more damage than good.
Yes, I
Yeah.
agree. But more, I would say, when you meet your love later in life, it works out better than, no, there's more percentage of that happening than first love, from high school. But like I said, that really works too. If they're mature and they know what they want and they're ready, it can happen.
Well, the divorce rates are astronomically high right now. I think it's in the 60 percentile,
Yes.
and more people are getting married late than early, which, in my opinion, I think it's a bad idea. I know you mentioned something about meeting your significant other later on in life, but as time is going on, people meeting their significant other, quote unquote, or their wife or husband or whoever it is at a later age is becoming much more difficult, because they're becoming more and more picky. The older
Correct.
you get, the pickier you get.
Yes.
And your personality, I guess, it's harder to change and adapt to
Yes.
other personalities. And in my opinion, I think finding someone at a younger age and growing with them in a traditional marriage should be the way to go, because you grow together, you learn together, and yeah, you have your ups and downs, but every relationship is supposed to have its ups and downs. You become a stronger couple, but it
What's
sucks.
a younger age? What
I'd,
range are you
I'd say
referring to?
maybe in your early 20s, 22, 23 years old.
Oh yeah. I'm talking about high school though. That's different.
Look, high school nowadays is a little bit more difficult, but right after high school, today's show is sponsored by the law offices of Arman Grigorian. If you're injured in a car accident and need proper guidance and representation, reach out to the law offices of Arman Grigorian, 1-818-404-0333. Are insurance companies giving you the runaround? Don't settle for less. Public Assist fights for you, not the insurance companies. To get the maximum payout on your claim, whether it's for fire, water, or property damage, call Public Assist today and tell them the WiseNuts sent you. Get what's rightfully yours. 818-242-0998. 818-242-0998, because you deserve every single dollar. Unfortunately, the United States, and I think in the entire world, especially the westernized world, they've pushed family values out the door. A lot of people are leaning more towards their career, and especially the women. They're pushing the women towards career driven, and all of a sudden, a lot of these women say, I'm a feminist. It's all about me. I could take care of myself. I don't need a man in my life. They blink. They're in their 30s. They're single. They don't have anybody. Yeah, they got a great career, but they're alone.
Yes.
And every single guy they look at, they compare it to themselves. Can he take care of me? But it's like, oh, you were an independent woman. What happened?
Mm-hmm.
Can he take care of himself? Is he career driven? And a lot of those guys that are successful are married, have children, and have already established themselves in a family. So I don't know what's going on in society, especially, like I said, Western society, where things aren't the way they're supposed to be. Traditional morals, traditional values, traditional family is being tossed out the window.
Yes, actually, I was going to talk about that later. But yeah, you can't be selective, like rules for them. There are certain things that they want, they believe in, but then they turn around, they want the man to take care of them. You can't have it both ways. I don't think you can. You can't say 50-50 and then expect 90-10 after you're married. I don't know if I'm explaining that right. I don't want to get in trouble.
I know what you mean. You're talking about basically everything financially 50-50, everything emotionally 50-50. I get where you're going with it. I think in our opinion, the guys could vouch for this as well. The man should be at least 80% the breadwinner in the house.
Yes.
Should be able to take care of certain things as far as on a financial note for the family. Not to say that, females shouldn't. There are some men that, they're just not driven the same way, or maybe they don't have the same career. It is what it is.
Is that because women are paid less for the same job, or?
See, that's where the conversation goes a lot of the time. People, it's like it's a never ending story at this point. You're opening up a can of worms at this point.
Yes, you sure are.
Am I? I didn't bring my can opener today. I don't know.
You know what? If they're doing a good job and they're coming to work, they will get paid the same. It shouldn't be, it's not you're a woman, you're a man. It should be whoever does the better job gets paid.
What they don't look at, these people who come up with these numbers, is they don't calculate the number of hours worked in a year, right? The average salary is calculated based on 2,080 hours a year.
Okay.
For example, when as an employer, as an HR manager, you do the math, you're like, okay, 100,000 salary divided by 2,080 hours. So your hourly rate is whatever it comes out to, $47 or, but what they miss is typically, in most cases, the woman may have, in a best case scenario, worked 2,080 hours. She probably called out sick, sometimes due to kids, sometimes due to biological reasons.
Yes.
Sometimes pregnancy, sometimes a lot of different issues. Whereas if you look at the men's hours, it's never 2,080. It could be 2,300, 2,400.
It's more
overtime, this and that. So, well, yeah, he made 130,000. Yeah, because he worked 30% more throughout the year than you did. It's not because we paid him 30% more. He just worked 30% more than you did. And that's what they fail to consider into the calculation, because it doesn't fit the narrative. The feminist narrative is, we'll do the same job a man is going to get paid more. No, the man is just going to work longer hours, a lot more OT, a lot more holiday pay and all that you may not do because you have other obligations, which is fine. The priorities for a woman, typically, especially a woman who's married with kids, are different than a married man with kids. Because
Right.
as Arno said, majority of the burden of the finances should fall on the man, the husband, not the woman, not the wife.
Right.
So it's natural. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I
But-
agree.
But then to sell this idea of no, it has to be equal, you have to make the same amount of money, that's where we lose one another. And then that's where the competitiveness comes into the picture. And if husband and wife are competitive against one another, what do you have?
It's a recipe for disaster. They should be side by side, tag teaming together in order to help and forget all financials to help raise the kids. Because look, if you're getting married, you should be getting married to build a family, to have children. I think that's the initial goal of building a family. And if the financials are shaky and the husband and wife begin to compete against one another, dude, I mean, I don't even know where to start. That is a complete recipe for disaster. Just recently, the WNBA, I don't know if you guys saw this, they had a shirt that
Mhm.
came out and it said, "Pay us what you owe us." That's a message to the entire
You familiar with the WNBA?
No.
It's the women's
Women's
basketball
National
league.
Oh.
Basketball
Yeah.
Association.
Oh, okay.
So the
Oh.
Women's National Basketball Association came out with a shirt that says, "Pay us what you owe us."
And
Mind
keep
you-
in mind, how much did they lose this year, the WNBA?
I forgot exactly
It was
how much they
47
lost.
million or
Something like
45
that.
million?
Something like that. So
So
I'm-
who owes who money?
I mean, I think they owe us. I haven't even been to a WNBA
I
game, and I
think
think
they-
you guys owe me money.
I think they did it to sell the shirt and make money.
You're absolutely right. But I mean, if your stands are continuously being empty and tickets aren't selling, at the end of the day, I think that shirt is more towards the lease that they owe on the building, and they have to pay the landlord rather than us paying them anything. Because
Like, what's that school in the valley that Bronny James played for too?
Saint Vincent,
No, it's a different school. I mean, those high school games, a couple of my friends referee for some of these high school games. There's more people in the stands than the WNBA game, some of these high school games.
Hmm.
So how do you
Oh.
expect not to lose money? And how do you demand to be paid what a LeBron James gets paid when he brings in $1 billion for a franchise?
yeah, Saint Vincent. It is Saint Vincent Mary.
Is that what it is?
That's where he played.
But what's with the name calling? So the minute you say something, you're this. I'm
You're
gonna
labeled.
I'm gonna. Yeah.
Yeah, you're
I don't
labeled.
want to. Yeah.
Are you talking about like cancel culture? Is that what you're talking
Yeah.
about?
Like, why do they have to label? Like, why can't we talk and just have a conversation? Why the minute I say something, I'm a racist or I'm
Look, this is what I don't. I mean, it's business 101, basic fundamentals that I think even a 12-year-old would understand. If I come to you and I say, Sevan, listen, you own this company, right? Um, you're doing $1 million a year, yet it's costing you $3 million to keep me or no Joe on your payroll and everything else. I think you should pay us a little bit more so that we can become profitable and bring in more business for you. What are you going to say?
no,
Why not? We should get paid as much as those other guys at the other company.
because I'm not making any money.
So here are the numbers for the WNBA last year, according to multiple reputable resources, including again, this is the Washington Post. I don't know how reputable they are, but
Well, they're left, so it should be. They would
Well,
be
they're
if they're biased. They're biased towards WNBA. No,
well, they're the highest number as far as accuracy. 50 million.
There you go.
That's 12 teams collectively lost $50 million. The New York Post said 40 million, and then the Washington Post 50 million. The New York Post was 40 million, and then LA Times said 40 to 50 million last year was lost.
Well, there you go.
So say 45 million, right in between.
That's how much money they lost.
Yeah.
Now picture this: if they lost 40 to 50 million dollars last year collectively amongst 12 teams, there are NBA players now making that much a year, and these teams or owners are comfortably paying these players because they know that the jersey sales, the ticket sales, and hopefully them making the playoffs and continuing to generate revenue will make up for. I don't even want to call it a loss because hell, these NBA owners are pretty smart and pretty savvy that they're investing that much money into one single player.
I mean, Lakers just sold for $10 billion, right?
I don't know anyone who's in the business not to make money. So whoever says that,
WNBA is in the business to not make money, apparently.
well,
But apparently we owe them.
Tell us who to write the check to, ladies.
It might bounce, and then somebody's going to owe us.
going back to the love, I wanted to say one more thing. Sometimes your first love, even in high school, you're together and then you break up. 10 years later, you meet up and get married. Sometimes that happens too.
Look, I mean, see, when we talk about first love, right? For example, I met my wife at 34 years old. We have 2 beautiful kids. I love her a million times more now than when I first met her because of the woman she's become, as far as the wife she's become, the mother she's become to our kids. So for me to ever look back and think, oh, that girl I loved at 20, I don't know what type of wife or mother she would have become. How can I even compare it? Why would I even look back and think, what if, or if I ever see her, be like, oh, maybe, things could have, like,
That's why everybody is different. Some stuff that would work for me would not work for you. First love might not work for me, would work for him and the guy behind the microphone over there. Yeah. And you can't say, such and such, they're together for 10 years and we're together 1 year and it's not working out. You can't compare your love to other loves because you
I
don't
agree.
know what's going on between them. Maybe behind the scene, she's actually doing a lot more and pretending in front of everybody that it's 50-50 just so to look right,
Well, this is why I say you grow together and you build a relationship and a family together.
Have
Again-
you met a 22-year-old today?
It's completely
Have I
different.
met a 22-year-old?
No. Like, I mean, have you had
I know what you mean.
like a 20-minute conversation or a 22-minute conversation with a 22-year-old?
No, man, I can't. I don't think I can.
Why not?
It's just the generation nowadays is so different.
So then you would expect your children at 22 years old. Hopefully, our children will be.
My daughter's smarter than a lot of 22-year-olds nowadays.
I'm sure the parents of these current 22-year-olds think that too. My point is,
Until they total one of their BMWs.
my point is, like, I've had conversations with 22-year-olds, and after 2.5 minutes, you're like, there's no way I would trust this individual with my goldfish. And I don't even have a goldfish. So how are they supposed to be like, yeah, I think this is the right boy or girl, and we're going to grow together and we're going to have kids together.
You just show them Joe's artillery collection.
When they say we're going to grow together, they mean they're followers.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, and I don't mean, listen, it's nothing against the generation. I know you guys grew up with smartphones. That's why you're so much smarter than us Gen Xers or some of the early millennials. But it's just, I wouldn't trust them with very much.
Is it because you can't hold a conversation with them? Is that what it is?
It's because it's not only the conversation. It's like even the way they discuss certain topics. There's no substance. There's no serious consideration for anything. It's just all about what suits them and what happens to feel right at that moment. There's no, okay, if I do this, second step is this, and then third is the repercussions and consequences. There's none of that. It's just at this moment is,
Have you considered that it might be you and your age
that I'm an old fart?
Yeah, I mean, right?
And then again, some of these influencers are making millions.
Yeah, because look, there's a lot more people willing to listen to nonsense than something that's going to trigger you to actually think, to stimulate you, and because that takes energy, right?
Yes.
To watch a stupid clip, a 15-second short on YouTube or Instagram, doesn't take any energy or effort. You just go, oh, Like you can go through 5 hours of, you know.
You get that dopamine hit, and then next.
Yeah, but
one,
to
next
to
one,
actually
next one.
listen to somebody, like there's this guy on Instagram. He sits and the camera's always next to him. He's pretending he's typing something. I forget his name. And he'll say like a 30-second quote about life. That 30 seconds, you have to listen to it multiple times because it makes you think what he's trying to imply. And then you start reflecting on your life. That takes effort. But to watch somebody shaking their behind or, feeding their dog raw liver or whatever, like all these different
Right.
clips, that doesn't take effort. That's just, you're just wasting
It's
time.
content. It's
Yeah,
content. And like I said, it's the dopamine hit. That's what people are looking for. And it's unfortunate that these cell phones and all the social media that's been created nowadays has overstimulated people and their, I would say, memory span. Is that
Yeah.
what it is? It's like
Yeah, they
15
can-
seconds.
Yeah, if you don't catch
Or
their
not their
attention,
memory span. I'm sorry. Their
Attention span.
their attention span is literally 15
So,
seconds.
so how do you expect to have a 15-minute conversation with somebody who's used to 15-second clips? You
See-
basically have to go through like, hey, the other day we had, and then you could go into another clip, so you keep them
Yeah,
intrigued.
and who was it last time that was mentioning to us? They were like, "You guys need to pop out 15-second clips, 15-second clips,"
yes,
and we were like, "Yeah, but how? How do you take a podcast and make a 15-second clip out of it?" They're like, "You got to get that dopamine hit, that quick little adrenaline hit, and then they'll come and listen to the long format." I'm like, "Bro, if these fucking retards have a attention span of 15 seconds, how are they going to come and listen to a 2-hour podcast?"
That 15-second was so interesting. I'm going to take the next 2 hours and listen to you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
what are
you
the-
got to add 2 seconds because they're sending it to their friend real quick. They're DMing what they're watching to.
so it's
So
17 seconds.
17, so 15 seconds of whatever, and then 2 seconds.
That's
yeah.
quite the investment, 17 seconds out of their life.
I don't know.
Dedicating it to the WiseNuts.
I just hope that what we see online and what we see on social media with some of this newer generation is just this big Ashton Kutcher prank where he's going to come out eventually and say, "Gotcha."
Yeah.
And
Punked?
it isn't what it is. Because I have younger cousins as well. They're in their early 20s. Thank God they're not the way some of this generation is. They're thinking outside the box. They're thinking about the future. And you could sit down and have certain conversations with them. In fact, they've actually asked certain questions to me about, buying real estate, how to build a business, how to, generate wealth for the future. And I'm like, all right, you know what? These kids are using their heads. They're not on this whole movement as far as social media and TikTok and Instagram. And when you look at their social media pages, which was surprising to me, I would think that they're younger, it'd be just flooded with selfies and stuff. 1 or 2 posts.
Yeah, definitely. It's not everybody. I mean, like one of my cousins, he's I think 24. He's taking the bar exam this week, I believe, the end of July. So it's
Nice.
either this week or next week, but it's end of July. His older brother, who's 26, I think, got his master's in engineering. Works for a large firm, and so there are exceptions.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But it's
Yeah.
like majority of them. You sit down to have a conversation. What are you doing with your life? Well, I'm gonna have a acai bowl today, and we're thinking maybe pinkberry tomorrow. No, that's not what I mean, sweetheart. I mean like what are your aspirations? Not about
It's the latest boba.
not the boba flavor of
Yeah.
choice for today.
Do you have kids?
Yes, I have 2 kids, a 27-year-old boy and a 25-year-old girl.
And how are they doing? Because look, we're talking about their generation.
Yeah. Well, my son was never into that stuff. He became an engineer and he was very mature. So he wasn't into this. He never fell for it.
Thank God.
Yeah. He's very, when he was 17, people would think that he was, in his late 20s, the way he spoke. And thank God, yeah, he didn't fall for that. My daughter, she's a little bit different because she's a nutritionist, a dietitian, and she trained athletes. So she has to be on social media showing what she's doing and everything. But she does say that if one influencer posts something, it's like a copy paste. Everybody does the same song, the same movement, the same, over and over, because that's what's popular and that's what's catching everybody's attention. So my daughter, she has to be on social media. Just
Yeah, no, look,
Yeah.
being on social media is different than being controlled by social media.
yeah. No, she's not. They tried. They asked her to be an influencer many times because she's young and pretty and fit, but she never accepted it.
I mean, people are going to think we're hypocrites because we're on social media, obviously, right?
Right.
And listen, subscribe, follow, and push the like button.
And
okay?
there's a bell notification.
Yes. But we don't want people to be on the WiseNuts page for more than 4 hours a day. No more than 4 hours a day, okay, guys? But like he said, it's like if it's control where every decision is based off of, oh my God, look at Susie, we need to go get it.
Yeah.
No, like live your life. If you could use it, obviously today majority of marketing is on social media, right?
Don't abuse it.
Yeah.
It's okay for at least they're young, but sometimes I see these older women. I mean,
The filters and
like you have 2 grown children. Do I really need to see what you ate today?
Sevan, they don't look like what they look like on the phone. Trust me. Once you see them in person, you're like, oh God, Jesus.
and what's funny is like you're saying, they're grown women,
Yeah.
right? And they'll do this, video, and then their husband's next to them. They'll go to the husband. So now the husband looks like a transvestite because of the filter.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
does the husband not notice? Like all of a sudden he has eyelashes and his lips are done on this filter.
Yes.
He has rosy cheeks.
Like, dude,
Yeah.
tell your wife to put that shit down.
Yeah.
Just use the original. You don't need a filter.
Right.
The best is these videos you see on social media where not the videos we see on social media, but when you're out to lunch or out to dinner and you're having a meal and you look across the table and there's a couple sitting there and the wife is recording the food and the poor guy wants to just like
Yeah,
have
he's just
Steak's
sitting
getting
there.
cold
yeah,
already.
he's like he just wants to dig into his goddamn lunch because he's on a 30-minute lunch break and the wife is like, that wasn't good, I gotta do another one, hold your cup like this, and it's just like you could see the pain in the guy's face.
Can
and
we
his
do the
eyes.
boomerang now?
Yeah, or the boomerang
Yeah. Every 50-year-old and older, every post, like, okay, we got it, and they make sure that they're wearing their Rolex, and
Oh, yeah, of
It
course.
has to
Cartier ring. And
Yeah.
it's just so we see.
We're so judgmental.
I said to myself, the only thing left for these people to do is they're going to go to the bathroom and say, "Look what I just did," and take a picture. That's the only thing
Today
left.
was the funniest thing. So we were at a soccer training camp for my son, and this Armenian father is standing in front of me, and he's decked out in Dolce & Gabbana, shoes, pants, t-shirt, man purse, everything's Dolce & Gabbana.
His car interior.
I swear. So I took a picture from behind and sent it to my wife. I'm like, look, I just ran into a Dolce & Gabbana model. Like, I'm going to send this to corporate, their marketing department, talent department. They may be looking for a new Armenian Dolce.
Was it real?
Corporate's gonna look at that and be like, "Oh Jesus,
This is not what we made this.
Hey Bobby, cancel the new apparel just went out. It looks horrible."
I swear, it's like,
There's actually a new model, Armenian young model for
Yeah,
Dolce & Gabbana.
yeah.
Ashot. I started following him. He's young.
I saw him a couple weeks,
Yeah.
a week or so
He
ago.
had on a beautiful cross. I thought it was Armenian cross, but Dolce & Gabbana does that all the time.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
he's doing pretty nice shows in Italy.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. So he's a model for Dolce & Gabbana.
Runway model.
Runway
yeah.
model. I don't know if he does just Dolce, but he did quite a few for
Oh,
Dolce & Gabbana.
Good
yeah.
for him.
Yeah, very
Kind of like
proud.
what you used to do, I don't know.
Yeah. Except mine, there was less clothing involved.
Well, I like to, I follow him because I like to tell them how proud I am, of them. And, it's like a older sister, mother, whatever. I write nice things, that's why I follow people like that.
But you get backlash from social media for
Oh.
writing nice things.
Depends who the nice is
yeah.
referencing.
Depends. The right, left, the middle, depends on what, where they're at that time of their life. Because they do change sometimes. Because social media can bring you up and then they can bring you down in less than 24 hours.
Has it affected you in any way, though?
No, because I don't post anything personal. If you see my picture on social media, it's because somebody, like I was on the Armenian creators. They posted it, so I posted that. Usually my social media is just my books, little teasers about my story. And I never write the same thing on the social media that I already wrote in the book, because then it would be boring. I just write little side teasers. And just creative way of asking people to read my book and, buy my book and support me and support the way I think, because the way I think, I don't think it exists anymore, the way my mind works.
What's so different about the way you think? Are you leaving LA for Texas? Don't make the mistake of getting underinsured just to save a few bucks. Call Martin Melkonian with State Farm Insurance. He'll make sure your home, auto, and your business is fully protected. No gaps, no surprises. Martin takes his time to understand your needs to build the right policy for you. No shortcuts, just honest advice and real protection. Call him today, 281-712-2788, 281-712-2788. Martin Melkonian, State Farm Insurance. Are you looking for a place to socialize, network, while having a cigar and a drink at the same time? Well, the Glen Arden is the place for you. If you're interested in becoming a member with the Glen Arden Club, contact the WiseNuts. We'll connect you to the boys at the Glen Arden, and you can become a member here. Smoke with the WiseNuts, smoke with a great network, and build your network.
I think very old-fashioned. That's why my character, I kind of gave him some of the way I think. I love the black and white era of the movies, back in the 20s, 30s, 40s. I love that era. People always called me old soul. Like I said,
Like Gone with the Wind and that generation of movies, yeah.
Yes, like holding hands was a big deal. It was so romantic. The respect that women had, like when woman walked in, the man took off the hat or stood up.
Now that's sexist to do that, man.
Yeah, well, the women had respect because they respected the men. It works both ways. You can't disrespect the man and expect the man to respect you. So I don't believe in that either. It's got to be both ways. The back then, the movies never had, violence and things blowing up, but the story was so innocent and pure. You just watched it. I watched it like on Saturday mornings. Everybody watched cartoons. I watched black and white movies. My mom would tell my dad, "Is this normal? She's 8 and she's watching black and white movies." I would never watch cartoons.
You're an old soul.
Yeah. So that kind of stuff doesn't exist anymore. It's gone.
See, I'm the same way with music. I love Sinatra.
Yeah.
I love music from like the 50s, the 40s.
Yeah.
Not so much during the flappers, during the 20s, but more or less like the 40s and 50s. Like I said, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., Frank Sinatra, those guys were one of my favorite singers. And when I listen to it at this age, a lot of people are like, how the hell can you listen to this stuff? It's like, dude,
It's timeless.
I enjoy it. I mean, you got to listen to the words. It's just something about that era where it just hits different. Even Elvis, I think.
Majority of new songs, let's say it'll be a hit and it may click with you. You'll listen to it 5-10 times and you're over it.
Yeah.
But those
like he said, it's timeless.
It's timeless.
Yeah, especially today's rap songs, right?
Well, I don't even understand what they're saying. I need
you don't have to. They're just not, like today I woke up, like
if Dave is in.
Those are the fast ones. At least if it was the 80s rap, Eazy-E or
that's different.
Yeah,
it was different.
It was different. Yeah.
Gangster rap was different.
Yeah.
That's why I love country. Country has a story and it's easy to understand. You can relate to it. I like country music because of that.
My husband says if you listen to country music backwards, your wife comes back, your dog comes back.
Everybody comes back.
If you listen to country music backwards.
I've heard that before, yeah. Because it's all about I lost my dog.
I lost my wife.
Like that.
Everybody comes
my
back.
wife came back, my dog came back. We really need that, Joe.
A banjo, yeah.
Now, speaking of your books, you've wrote 2 of them, and it's 2 out of 3. That it's a series, 3 series novel, or
It's the Winter Saga, and it's a trilogy. The first book is called Wintertime.
So this is the first one.
Yes.
Wintertime.
Yes. And
Timeless love for young romantics.
yes. Yes. And she likes the cold wintertime, the season, but she also, the reason I named the book Wintertime is because it's the guy that she falls in love with, her first love. His last name is Winter, William Winter from England. And actually, that's the first meeting right there is the cover. She sees somebody on the bridge. The whole story, everything important happens on that bridge. So the reason I picked bridge is because I think bridge brings two sides together. So I made sure that they met on a bridge.
Is it a specific time period that you wrote this in?
No, it's modern.
It's modern day.
It's modern day, but she's an old soul and she dreams about, like me, like I said, some of my characteristics, every author does that. That she likes the black and white movie. She likes the black and white era. She is very loved. She has a very good family. She's very loved, but at school, she's severely bullied. And she doesn't understand why her world is different at home. And when she comes home, when she goes to school, she's extremely bullied and she's having a hard time. So when she meets him, he teaches her how to handle it.
Now,
William Winter.
And who are your characters based off of? Are any of them people you know, or maybe yourself?
Everyone thinks the cover is my daughter. She does look like that, her long hair like that. But I named my character Victoria because that's my grandmother's name from my father's side.
Victoria Evans.
Victoria Evans. And the Evans is actually my name. I just took the S and put it at the end because it's not. It's Sevan, it's Evans. And I threw myself in there without putting my name, so it's not so cheesy. And William is because of William Sarian. I love his writing. William Shakespeare, and I really love the prince.
Prince William?
Yeah, he's a cutie.
Not Prince Harry.
He's
so
William and Caitlin.
Kate, yeah.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Yeah, Harry screwed up.
Yeah.
Harry was casted out.
And also,
Blame
William
your wife.
is.
I blame your wife, Harry. I blame your wife.
Whipped.
Plus, William, Lady Diana is point something Armenian anyway. So I'm very.
Really?
Yeah. So,
No.
Yes. Yes.
Princess Diana.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So Wintertime is the first one.
Wintertime.
Second one,
Winter Love.
Winter Love.
And I'm writing Winter Dream right now, and it's the third one in the trilogy. It's the last one. And I do have another story after that. And that's so funny because you said that word so many times, and I wrote it in the back of the book. It's going to be another book called Timeless.
So interesting. The fact that you said Winter is the last name of one of the characters, right? The man.
The main character,
So-
yes.
So the main character is
William Winter.
William Winter.
Yes.
It's not the girl.
It is. It's both of them.
It's both of them.
The story is through her perspective. Is told through her perspective, how she meets William. And, there's two main characters. It's her and him, Victoria and William. And I did use this is what I did. I needed some unique names. So I used my son's name, Viken, and I made him Armenian, obviously.
Of course.
Because I wanted to throw in a little bit of Armenian in the book, because the book isn't about Armenians. It's just a little bit of, touch of Armenian. And then I gave him half Armenian girlfriend. So it's not just complete.
The Armenians always tend to throw in a little bit of
Just
that
a little
Armenian
bit.
spice.
But I didn't make it. I didn't make it about Armenia. But I threw in, I love Michael Aram. So when I'm describing, because these people are extremely well off. They're very, very rich people's kids. That's another thing I wanted to show people. Not every rich person is a show off. The ones that have been rich since they were born, they don't act like that. New money acts like that. So I wanted to show people that pretty girls get bullied. Rich people aren't. They actually help a lot of people and you don't even know it. They do it quietly. And everyone thinks that rich people are show-offs, or they're mean, or they have money. Because they have money, they could influence.
Old money is not like that.
Old money is not like
Old
exactly.
money is not like
exactly.
New money is like that.
Yeah.
There was a saying where they mention money changes people. No, money does not change people.
It was in you anyway.
No. Yeah. Money doesn't change people. It shows you who they really are.
Exactly.
That's what it is. So
a lot of times they're like, why'd you write, about rich people? You're not going to have people, that can relate. But you have enough books about depressed, people are on drugs. I don't know how to write about that anyway. I'm going to write about what I know. And I wanted to show you that there's people, they're educated, they're rich, and they help quietly, and they don't, they're not showing off, and they go on these elaborate vacations, but it's just one group and they're to themselves. I mean, you have to read the story.
Have your kids read the book?
Oh, yeah.
What are their thoughts on it?
Well, in the beginning, they're, Mom, why'd you put, because I put my daughter's name. Well, my daughter's name is Lori.
Mm-hmm.
So that's universal. But in the beginning, they were, it's just like any other thing. If a singer's mom sings, I mean, I'm not talking about huge celebrities. Those people's kids, they're always, oh, that's my mom. But now they're very supportive.
And where can people find your book?
Well, the fastest, easiest way usually is Amazon, especially if you have Prime.
Mm-hmm.
You could see I'm watching primetime television. It's $16.99 and it's free shipping if you have Prime.
Okay.
And it's at every Barnes and Noble, and a lot of mom and pops, like smaller bookstores, and it is available in other countries. It's available in Australia, England, France, Italy, Hawaii. Well, Hawaii is not another country, but Germany. I hate to say it.
Don't say it.
Okay, I won't say it.
It's in Turkey, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, no, it was part of it. Like even Turkey has it, but
Israel,
Armenia doesn't have it. They did not say yes.
They didn't say yes?
No.
Why?
I have no idea. Zero clue.
But Turkey took it.
Well, they don't have Amazon. They have like brother, sister.
It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The fact that
But
Armenia didn't take it.
It's so sad that my book isn't in Armenia. But right now I have a really nice friend. She's working on it. And I forgot. I forgot the name of the bookstore. She has 3 bookstores in Armenia. And I tried for 7 months.
because there's like something similar to an Amazon in Armenia.
Right. That's why.
Yeah.
And she does buy, because, okay, let me tell you something about books. Bookstores don't buy from Amazon. They buy from this place called Ingram Spark or Ingram.
Okay.
That's like the Costco for books, because they get a much better deals. They have to make money.
Like a wholesaler.
So there is one in England and there's a couple here in the United States. So they don't even have to buy it from here. Like if you're in Europe or, in Middle East or Asia, they couldn't buy it from England. So she did buy, I saw her, she has all the latest books of all the other authors. It's not like they have no way of getting it. And she just put it off. And now I heard she's looking for me, but oops, sorry.
How, while you're writing these romance stories, does it impact your life in any way? Like, do you get so into it where you become part of the character that it influences you or affects your with your husband in any way, or how does that work?
Yes, there's 2 things. Well, my husband, he's an engineer, but he's very romantic. Romance, and
Because usually engineers are not romantic.
I know,
They're just
right?
Straight Black and white numbers.
He is.
Yeah.
He is
Introverts.
in front of people. He is. That's one of the subjects I want to talk about. Romance is free. A lot of people think you have to buy purses for a girl or whatever, or shoes, expensive ones, of course, with name brand. But sometimes all we're looking for is little notes. Like, I always complain about too much laundry. I'll be honest. I'm constantly doing laundry. One day I saw that he drew a little thing. It says, "I love you this much," and he just threw it in the laundry mat so that I could, when I'm doing laundry, I could.
Did he at least put the detergent in there with it?
No. But like little things like that. It didn't, it put a smile on my face. That costs nothing. We're looking for little things, a little note on the, on the car, or you don't have to get me 12 dozen roses, just one red rose and say, "I appreciate you." Or even when you're at a party, I just turn around and look at him, that one look, and that's it. I know he's there, and you know what I mean? Like that little romance. You don't have to. A lot of people think romance, especially, my stories, they go to these elaborate vacations. They're like, you wrote, but Victoria's not looking for that kind of romance. She's looking for the old-fashioned romance.
Something simple.
Something simple, very simple. I'm not saying people don't do it. I'm saying they don't do it enough. And to them, oh my gosh, it's, girls are expensive. I will tell you, they demand too much. And another thing that I don't like is sometimes these girls' mothers tell them, they should take you to nice places. They should take by you. But when they turn around to their son, why does she expect that from you? You're only 20. Wait a minute. You just told your daughter that her 20-year-old son should buy you things, but your 20-year-old son for his girlfriend shouldn't expect it. Like,
that's why the parents shouldn't be involved.
Right. So I'm trying to tell them that this is, you can do cute little things, and I can't think of everything right now, but a lot of things that cost nothing.
See, we were on a podcast about maybe 2.5, 3 weeks ago, and we discussed first dates. Like, what would be let me ask you, as a female, what would be an ideal first date for you, or for one of your, to expect for your son to take his future wife, or your daughter to be taken out by her future husband?
Okay. This is, again, everybody's different. If I know that the guy she's dating is smart, he's going to be a good husband, I'm not going to expect him to send dozens of roses, like a bouquet of roses ahead of time, because that's very romantic when guy sends it before he comes and picks you up on the date. But if he brings one red rose, let's just say, or white rose, if they're serious, it depends on the situation.
No, it's a first date.
First date, but their age, it depends on their age too. If they're young, I say they should do something different. If they're older and they're looking at this person as a first date, but serious, they have to do something else.
See, the conversation we had with that individual was, she was expecting 5-star restaurant, something 4-star minimum, Mastro's or anything like that, steakhouse. But it's like,
what did you suggest?
Oh,
you know what I said?
No, I don't agree with that.
Do you know what I said?
What?
I said Hot Wings Cafe.
There you go. Dave's Hot Chicken. Let's support them.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
so and she was shocked to hear me say that. She goes, like, on a first date? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, and what a lot of people will think, it's like you're setting the expectation low. No, it's not setting the expectation low. What it is you're going on a date, you're sitting down, you're stuffing your face with hot wings and burgers and fries and whatever it is, or a salad if you want to have a salad, and you're having a conversation. And you know what? I don't know if I'm going to go out with this person again.
Right.
I don't know if there's going to be a second, third, fourth, fifth. I don't know what's going to happen. And then maybe later on down the line, if things are getting really serious, at that point, I'll be like, you know what? I want to take you somewhere nice. You know what? We're going to go to Nobu, or we're going to go to Mastro's, or we're going to go to STK, or we're going to go to Steak 48. That's when you take them out there.
Right. I agree with that.
But then if you take them on a first date to Steak 48, then what's the second date going to be?
Just continue advertising everybody on the show. It's okay.
Today's show is sponsored by the law offices of Arman Grigorian. If you're injured in a car accident,
and need proper guidance and representation, reach out to the law offices of Arman Grigorian, 1-818-404-0333. Are you leaving LA for Texas? Don't make the mistake of getting underinsured just to save a few bucks. Call Martin Melkonian with State Farm Insurance. He'll make sure your home, auto, and your business is fully protected. No gaps, no surprises. Martin takes his time to understand your needs to build the right policy for you. No shortcuts, just honest advice and real protection. Call him today, 281-712-2788, 281-712-2788. Martin Melkonian, State Farm Insurance. No,
Or
don't do that. You never
cash
know.
the checks in his personal account. So
Yeah,
they don't
yeah,
see
yeah.
it.
I'll send you my my bank account.
Yeah, I don't tell my kids that's, I mean, my daughter, my son, I'm not going to tell him what to do, but he knows he's got a pretty good head on his shoulder.
Good.
But my daughter, I said, no, why? He's just dating you. He doesn't know who you are. No, I don't give advice like that. I don't believe in it myself.
Yeah, if he's gonna go out there and try to impress you with his pocket, and when he opens his mouth, shit comes out.
Yeah.
What's the point?
Yeah.
There's no point. There's lack of communication,
Yeah.
lack of confidence, and it's I don't think it'll last very long. But if he's willing to take you somewhere where you could sit down, have a conversation, and the lunch or the dinner doesn't last an hour and it goes on for hours upon hours and they're having a great conversation, know that you know
Yeah.
what, you're going to be in a healthy relationship.
Exactly. And plus they I told them, if you go on a date, this is a couple of years before, and first thing she does is, take pictures of where she's at and hashtag, to show the people like, oh, she was at whatever, some fancy restaurant, just end the date.
Yeah.
Because she's just wants to be seen.
Have you seen that funny meme where it's like it shows a girl on a yacht and then it says the guy who owns the yacht? It's like this really, really like
It's a bunch of old men.
it's a bunch of old men, and then it says when your daughter acts up, or when your daughter is not. What was it exactly? The meme. It was like
it was basically saying the people pretending to be on the yacht, but who owns the yacht?
yeah,
Like that.
and
But it
then
was funny.
and then the second meme of it was when your daughter doesn't want to be successful, show her this picture, and it was like this really, really skinny girl with this really fat man. And then it says, when your son doesn't want to be successful, show him this picture. And it was basically the guy who's rich, he's going to get the hot girl.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like a
it goes both ways. Yeah.
it goes both ways. But that meme kind of was reminded me when you said, when she posts something where she's at.
They have to show you what they ate and where they're at.
Yeah,
They
but
have to.
let them show who they're with.
Oh no, because they don't want to say that they're on any, because they have another date the following day.
Ooh.
Somewhere fancy that they can post.
So they're trying to
Yeah.
basically they're creating competition amongst the
yes.
two boys to see who's going to take them to a better place. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So
Man, times have changed.
See-
I'm so glad I'm not dating.
I know. I feel bad for the young people. I do.
See, this
Because
is-
you don't know, they never know who they're actually dating.
See, this is why originally when we started the conversation, we were talking about the generations and how it's so difficult to be in a committed relationship because there's just so much unnecessary drama and bullshit on social media nowadays.
Yes.
The fact that there's girls posting pictures of where they're at and teasing men, dude, how do you think the guy's going to react?
Well, if he's smart, he won't fall for it.
You know what's interesting is it was last year. My wife and I, we watched this series, Armenian series on YouTube. I forget the name of it, but Sos Johnny Bakian plays in it, who's a very famous. He's kind of like you could say kind of like the Brad Pitt of Armenia.
Mm-hmm.
And it was an 11 series, 11 episode series. And I think you would love this because it has time travel in it too. Basically, Sos, who's the main character, was born in the 1800s, 1848 to be exact. And then he comes across this stone, which allows him to time travel to today, which I think the series was in 2024 or 2023. I don't remember. So as he comes to 2023, everything that he sees is modern, whereas he just finished medical school in 1848 in Paris, and he goes back to Gyumri.
Oh, he time traveled forward.
Time travels forward,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
But the storyline is so amazing as to when you see this individual seeing, trains and airplanes and all these different gadgets that he's never seen before, and his reaction to it. But then now he has to make a decision whether he wants to go back, because if he doesn't go back, then the ancestry, basically of
The
his
lineage,
family,
yeah.
the lineage is
yes.
going to change.
Yes.
So all the decisions he has to make and how he reacts to it's just it's a fascinating series.
Somebody told me about that. I was like, am I going to understand it? Because my Armenian's different from the Armenian from Armenia. So
Mhm.
is it clear, or do they?
It's like Eastern Armenian.
So you're
okay.
Western Armenian.
Yes,
So I don't know how well you understand Eastern Armenian, but
I do if they don't mix Russian.
no, they don't.
Yeah. Okay.
There's almost none.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate. Our language is so diluted nowadays.
Yeah.
You have the Russian in there, and then the Western Armenian has
The Arabic
in there, and then
French,
and then
even some Italian. We mix some.
yeah. But it's unfortunate that since we went through the genocide, our people have been scattered all over the world. That it just happened to have other languages kind of mixed into it.
Yeah. I remember when I was young, somebody goes, I parked my auto there. I'm like, what's that auto? And then he goes, it's a car. I'm like, that's not Armenian. Yes, dear. And finally, he goes, you didn't even realize.
Well, how do you say car in Armenian?
Inknashaj.
Mhm.
Oh, geez, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, see that even like the simplest words, like
But we say-
Shnora Galutun,
yeah.
they'll say merci.
Merci. Yeah.
But look,
Merci.
but if you say it right, Inkna Charge, if you translate it, means automobile,
Yeah.
right? Inkna means auto, Charge means mobile.
mobile. Inknashar. Yeah,
So if
you're
you
right.
think about it, it's not car isn't it's slang.
Yeah.
Automobile is the proper way to say it.
I mean, we don't even say, when I talk, I'm not going to say inkna. I say otos home parkari, which means I parked my car.
Yeah, man. Then we say
Yeah.
often.
Yeah.
See, we don't say it even.
Mașne pe parking,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, shika.
G-Wagon.
You know what Yashik means, right?
No,
Yashik
what-
is the G wagon.
Oh,
The Mercedes G-Wagon.
Yashik means like cube, like a
Oh yeah,
like a
yeah,
box.
like the
cube.
way it
Yeah,
looks, the
yeah.
car looks. That's so funny. Yeah, and they called the Cayenne Guyane. I was
Guyane.
like, Guyane is a woman's name. They're not, you're driving Guyane. I'm like, oh, it's
Those are,
Guyane.
yeah. Those are the people you don't want to hang out with.
Yeah, and don't give them your Medicare card.
Yes. Or credit card. If they ask for money, run.
Now,
social media
Yeah.
was also in my book because
Mhm.
she, maybe not the first one, second one, how her bullies trick her into things that didn't happen because of social media. You can do, even now with AI and everything.
it's scary.
So I'm also teaching the kids, which brings me to the next point, that the reason I also wrote, because you said what influenced you. I wanted, when you tell teenagers what to do, they don't listen. But if you tell them through a love story, they want to be like that because they want that kind of love. They just don't know it. So I told them through this, my book, how to handle bullying, how, because he teaches her, and also how to find love, the right love, and how to handle social bullying, social media bullying, and everything. And so it's in my second book, and a lot more in the third one that I'm currently writing, Winter Dream.
When was the first book published?
Wintertime was published October 2022.
And then the second one?
Winter Love, October 2024.
And then the next one is going to be 2025 or 2026?
Winter Dream is going to be end of either 2025 or beginning of 2026.
And you've began writing it already.
Yes, I wrote 20,000 words already and sent it to the editor.
See, this is what I'm curious about. When writing books like this, do you have the story in your head already, or does it kind of play out as you're writing it?
I have the story in my head, but when I type, it goes off to like a whole chapter just appears while I'm writing. Just
do you ever kind of bring yourself back and be like, all right, you know what? Let me just kind of reread this or proofread it and see, did I go off on a tangent?
I do that, but that's the editor's job where they take a bunch of like words out. That's why you overwrite it. Like YA books, young adult books are usually written. They always say don't do more than 75,000 words, but I always write more, like 90,000, because I know the editor's going to cut.
You know what I'm curious about? I wonder if editors are going to become AI now.
You could, but it's
not the same.
It's not the same.
At least not yet. You don't, and you still type. You don't speak into like a dictation software that writes it out for you.
I actually started handwriting it until my husband bought me the laptop. I'm very, very old fashioned.
I was going to say bought a typewriter.
Yeah, I could probably type. Yeah, I actually didn't like the keyboard on the laptop because it was too modern. I bought the ones that make noise so I can feel.
Oh, so you could feel it actually.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, I bought like a separate keyboard.
Yeah.
To my wife with to attach it to.
So the third book, are you integrating anything as far as AI into it?
Not at all.
At all?
Not at all.
Why?
Because it doesn't have feelings, and I wouldn't do that to an author. I wouldn't want, that's how our whole.
But I'm not saying AI as in like AI typing it. I'm saying AI as in the story. Because you talked about having social media in the story, right?
Yeah, but if I start doing that, and people are going to think it's okay to, because once you talk about something and you say, "Oh, let me write that in the book," I might write maybe something negative about it, but not in a bad way. Like I would say, it helps certain people in a certain way. Maybe if you want to write an email, what is that?
ChatGPT.
Yeah, if you want to use AI to help you, so you're spelling correctly, your punctuation's right, fine. But when it comes to like using it or even talking about it in the book, because you're right, I talked about social media in the book, but if I do mention that, which I might, now that you brought it up, that's a great point. I would say, don't use it, because you become so used to somebody else doing the work that your brain doesn't have the exercise. Your brain needs the exercise. And if you get AI to do everything for you, you're not gonna know what to do. Like if you go on an interview, there's no AI button next to you. She asks you a question or he asks, what are you gonna say? So I'm gonna talk a little bit negative about it if I do talk about it for those reasons, not for other people who love it and it doesn't affect them.
And who are the people that are reading your book mostly? Is it men? Is it women? Which sex is actually reading the book more?
Mostly women. And even though it's YA, which is young adult, my husband says something funny because older women are reading it. And so he calls it, YA stands for young again.
Young again. Interesting.
Yeah. But a lot of 25 to 35-year-olds are reading it because it's not this cutesy little love story. It's actually something that they can relate to, and something that they dream about secretly, and they don't say. First love, the infatuation of meeting the first your love, and
so nothing like 50 Shades of Grey, right?
I can't. They're underage. Maybe the next one. I was thinking about it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, well, not 50 Shades, but when I write about.
Again, all I've heard is stories about 50 Shades of Grey. I personally haven't seen, unless
you haven't seen.
I haven't seen it. No.
Oh, really?
The movie buff.
Yeah. I couldn't. That's something I can't. I can't do romance movies for some reason.
Yeah.
I mean, the only romance movie I've probably watched was Match Point with Scarlett Johansson. But I mean, I watched it because she's my second wife.
Oh, I see.
She's your second wife.
Yeah,
I
she
have
just
a
doesn't
great
know.
romance story
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
watch with your wife.
Ella knows about it. Ella knows.
You collect alimony from Scarlett Johansson?
If she had my children, I would have to collect child support. Yes. Are insurance companies giving you the runaround? Don't settle for less. Public Assist fights for you, not the insurance companies. To get the maximum payout on your claim, whether it's for fire, water, or property damage, call Public Assist today and tell them the WiseNuts sent you. Get what's rightfully yours. 818-242-0998. 818-242-0998, because you deserve every single dollar. Are you looking for a place to socialize, network, while having a cigar and a drink at the same time? Well, the Glen Arden is the place for you. If you're interested in becoming a member with the Glen Arden Club, contact the WiseNuts. We'll connect you to the boys at the Glen Arden, and you could become a member here. Smoke with the WiseNuts, smoke with a great network, and build your network.
I have a great romance story you can watch with your wife.
What is it?
Outlander.
Outlander. Interesting. Okay.
Because
it's a series?
yes, they're on the last season, and we're waiting to see how it ends. It's 12 books, but it's only 8 seasons.
What is it about?
It's about this English woman played. Her name is Claire, and she's married to this guy named Frank. And in 1945, they go back to Scotland to celebrate their 5-year wedding anniversary because he was in the army and she was a nurse. And then now he's a historian, and he takes around and shows all the ruins, all the castles and everything. And then they go somewhere where all the stones are like in a circle in Scotland.
Okay.
Stonehenge.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but there's a name. Well, I guess that's a fake name in the story. Yeah, Stonehenge. Yeah. And she's the only one that hears some wind coming from one stone. So I don't want to give the story away. She goes back that day. The next day, she goes there without her husband, and she touches the stone, and she falls back. And she's like, "What was that?" So then she gets up and she goes down, and the road that she came walking on was gone. And then she looks at the car that she came. The car is gone. She didn't know she's back 1743.
Holy shit.
She goes back 200 years.
So it's a sci-fi type of.
I wouldn't call it sci-fi. It's very historically correct too. All the wars and everything. So it's very romantic.
Okay, so I thought it was like maybe time traveling sci-fi kind of thing.
No, it's romantic, but it's very like you would love it because
My wife watches that.
Yeah.
Outlander.
Yeah, Outlander.
Yeah.
And she meets the love of his life named
How many series are there?
8. But believe me, my husband watched it. And he liked it because he wasn't just
You watched
cutesy.
Game of Thrones 17 times. I'm sure you could pull off a
That's why I
8-season
told you
Outlander.
he calls her Sassenach, and that's the alcohol.
Oh, yes.
Yes. I actually mentioned Outlander in my book because I love it so much. I mentioned Twilight because I love Stephanie Meyer. She's the author who wrote Twilight.
Yes.
And I love Elvis. I mentioned Elvis
Presley.
Presley. There's no other Elvis.
No, I know.
And whoever I really like, the second book, Jack Jr.'s in there. And so
Jack Jr.
So is Chef Arazeda. He's in
Maybe
there.
the third one you might have.
Maybe I'll have WiseNuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yes, I have them. And then I mentioned, I would say 98% of whatever I'm mentioning, they really exist. Only a few places are made up in my book. Because why make up something when I know this, the places I go exist.
Are your books inspired by movies at all?
Well, romantic movies, but no.
No, it's just like, because I wanted to ask you as far as if for any reason or when for any reason one of your books is picked up and they want to potentially make it into a movie.
Oh, that's my dream.
Who would you compare your characters to as far as a dream cast member, for example?
Okay. Very good question. Because that is one of the things I want to talk to you guys about. That my dream, I wanted to make a movie, but I'm not a producer. I'm not a director. I'm not so I wrote the book so it turns into a movie. That's my dream. I'll start with the director. I would love the director, her name is Catherine Hardwick, if she can direct my my books if it turns into a movie. She actually directed the first Twilight. And the reason I picked her is because she's very romantic. And she didn't have the budget with the green screen and everything. So every place they went was the real location. And it made it very romantic and very pretty. So I would want her to be the director. As far as the main characters, I don't want anybody known, so that when the movie comes out, they're only known, kind of like Romeo and Juliet. After that, because they were known for Romeo and Juliet, every time you saw them in another movie, you thought of them as Romeo and Juliet. So I want an unknown person to play my characters. I don't want anybody famous. Somebody new, young.
You don't think that would hurt the actual screenplay or the actual movie itself?
No, because nobody knew who. Well, I mean,
The 50 Shades of Grey. Nobody knew what's Johnson, the girl.
I mean, she was a little famous. Is Don Johnson's daughter?
Her father.
Yeah. And same with Robert Pattinson. He was in very short part of Harry Potter, but he became very famous after Twilight because you know him as Edward Cullen.
Yeah. Well, now we know him as Batman.
Yeah. And then actually, I wanted Henry Cavill, who was the Superman.
Okay. The new Superman.
Well,
not the new one,
yeah,
but the one prior.
I want him to play William's father because he's British and he looks so much like William that is in my head, but of course a younger version.
Of course.
So yeah, I would want him because I really liked him from the movie The Count of Monte Cristo.
Okay.
The Jim Caviezel, the one that made Passion of the Christ, he was Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah.
I really, really, really liked him then. And unfortunately, he's too old to play 17-year-old. But I would love it if he played William Winter's father. And who else did I have in mind? I had another person for Victoria. I can't remember her name right now. Sorry.
Okay.
But yeah, if I can get Hollywood's attention, Mel Gibson maybe.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's making the second movie. I know. I'm reaching for the stars.
Hey, listen, you shoot for the stars. If you land on the moon, you landed somewhere.
Yeah. So manifest it. I'm gonna.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I would love that. That's my dream.
We want Mel Gibson on the show as a guest too. So if you're watching, Mel.
Listen, I'm not gonna say I don't want to be on Netflix or anything, but it would be great if it was on the big screen. But if they do it on Netflix or Amazon or Hulu, I wouldn't want it to be each book to be 1.5 hour movie. I want it to be a series because there's so many details in the book that, I don't want it to be like a 1.5 hour Hallmark movie. I wouldn't want that.
Yeah.
And another thing that I really, it inspired me is, it's another time travel. It's called Somewhere in Time. The first Superman, well, I call him the first Superman. He wasn't there. He time travels back. It's called Somewhere in Time.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one.
It's Christopher Reeves.
Yes.
He's the main
character. Yeah.
Yeah.
The late, great Christopher Reeves.
Yes.
So one other question I want to ask you, what advice would you give to aspiring authors or people who want to become writers?
I would say first thing you do, just start writing because you won't, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it the next day. I'll do it next. Oh, I'm embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed because a lot of people are afraid to tell their story because they're afraid that people are going to read it and not like it or make fun of them. So write it like no one's going to see it. Just take a piece of paper or open your laptop and just write it. No matter what it's about you. It's about self-help, whatever it is you like to write about. Just write it and don't edit it while you're writing. You will never finish. A lot of writers, beginners, I did that in the first book. I was writing and I was editing at the same time. And that's very bad.
So don't be your own editor.
No, write it. Go over it once or twice before you give it to an editor. So they're like, what is this? But, but, keep writing it. And I told no one.
At all.
My mom and my husband, that's it. Even my best friend was in shock. I kept it to myself.
And how long did it take you to finish it?
3 months.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
wow.
not too long.
The writing isn't the problem. You know what's the problem? The editing. Then you do the book cover, then you do the inside, the spine, the back. That takes longer than anything else. And you know what else I'm looking for actually? I'm looking for a literary agent.
Which is?
It's, you know how you get an agent if you're a celebrity?
Yeah.
This is literary agents is only for books. And what did she or he does is asks for your manuscript, and if they like it, they'll pick you up, and they're the ones who present it to publishers. Because I'm self-published.
Oh, that's what I was about to ask. Are you
Oh,
self-published?
yeah, self-published because I went through a lot of things with the people that wanted me to change stuff, and I wouldn't do it.
What did they want you to change? What's in
Just-
there that they want changed?
They wanted me to change the story. Like if I would have wrote something more like between two guys or two girls, it was more accepting. And I don't know enough to write about that.
So they wanted a gay romance novel?
I guess I don't know enough to write about that. I'm not going to write about something I don't know.
But how would they, I mean,
They were more accepting to that. I'm not saying they were going to pick it up, but they were looking for that kind of stories. And
why didn't you just have one of the siblings gay or something?
but I don't know what. Okay, let's say he's gay, and then how do I write about that character?
No, I mean, if that's what they were looking for,
What
that's
does he
I'm.
do on a date?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to upset them because you could tell that I wouldn't know.
But you're upsetting them by not including them in there. I'm telling you, it's a
No.
double-edged
Sounds
sword.
like
No,
you're
I'm
upset.
not saying I'm not including. I'm just saying I can't write about them. It's like that doctor who wrote about how to raise kids, and he's not married and he doesn't have kids.
Yeah, it's kind of like a therapist who's not really licensed but gives therapy advice,
Yeah.
right?
So
Or a therapist who's not married or with kids, but gives advice on how to raise kids.
Now imagine
Yeah.
if they're not even licensed as well.
Ooh, that's a double whammy.
It's a triple whammy.
I don't think those exist, do they?
I don't know. I mean, if they do, shame on you.
And then they start a podcast too.
Yeah, and they invite people over and tell people they're a therapist.
Licensed therapist.
Oh God, I could see where this is going.
Inside joke.
But
We're gonna get canceled.
We're gonna get a text
Yeah.
message when this says.
I don't. Like I said, if I knew about it, if I knew how to write about it, I would. I don't know enough about it, and I don't want to upset them. And this story, it was so easy for me. I didn't want to sabotage it by putting in something, and it was going to hold me back because then I have to research and Google. Why?
Do you think it was your political values and morals that kind of shied people away?
No,
Or-
because in the first book they had no idea what my values and political. They didn't know. They know more about it now. So if they shy away, they're going to start shying away now.
That's like let's say you wanting to open a restaurant and the health department's like, no, we don't need meat, we don't need any more chicken.
Yeah,
Can you open a vegan restaurant?
right.
Yeah, but there's only 5% vegan in town. It's okay. That's what we're open to. We'll give you an A if you open a vegan restaurant.
Well, why can't you open it and have a vegan section? That's what I would tell them.
We're more receptive to vegans.
Oh,
now.
I
It's
see.
like I graduated culinary arts with French cuisine. Well, we only do sushi here.
And grilled tofu.
Yeah.
Wrap that frog in some steamed rice and slap some seaweed on it. Oh, geez.
Well, if there is a literary agent out there who wants to pick me up, I'm ready to meet them. I would love to have an agent, or if a publisher, the big five publishers. My dream is the Writer's House, Simon and Schuster, Penguin, whatever. They're called the top, big five. Or if the literary agent, my dream agent is Jody Reamer from the Writer's House. If I can have her, but it's this thing that the authors rewrite this query letter
Mhm.
and then we send it to them, and then usually they send it back saying yes or no.
Have you written any?
Oh yeah, many of them. It's a great story, but it's not for us. That's their nice way of saying it. So
Do they actually read it, or you send them a summary?
first, you send them a summary. If they want you, they say send the first 10 pages or the first chapter. And then if they like it, then they say send the whole manuscript. You don't even have to edit it because then they use their own editor, their own book cover. Then you have no control of, they could change the title. They could change, they say change this, change that. Like then they have control over it.
How many authors actually go through that process of having things changed in order to get their name out there?
Oh, all of them.
So then why not do it?
I don't mind doing it, but they haven't asked me yet.
Oh, okay, because I thought you said that they wanted certain things
Well,
changed.
just that one thing that I told them I don't know how to write about, but I can change anything else.
Interesting.
Let's say if they say, okay, this chapter needs more whatever, unless they have an assistant that can help me put in a person that they want in there, then that's fine. But I'm not going to, I can change the story to, let's say this part isn't interesting, change it to, I could do that, but I'm not going to write about something I don't know.
Well, Winter Time, Winter Love, and Winter Dream. Winter Dream is potentially coming out next year.
Yes.
Do you have any dates in mind of possible publishing or
Um,
not yet?
I wanted it to be during Christmas because it's winter, and I wanted it so badly at the Americana Barnes and Noble, which I've signed there twice. I've done the Grove Barnes and Noble too, and most of the Barnes and Noble. But I wanted it during winter time so bad because it's so pretty, and Americana has a actually huge section for the authors to do a book signing. But each time I get pushed and pushed and pushed all the way to March or February. But I want it where people can buy books for Christmas or whatever they celebrate. But Americana during December, they don't do any book signings. And if you tell them, let me have my name, put in my name for November, they won't do it until the book is out. And by the time the book is out, all the time slots are taken.
Well,
so
if you guys want to support Sevan, go on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, order her book, support a fellow Armenian.
And can they follow me on my Instagram?
Sevan Time, right?
Sevan Time, SEVANTIME, one word.
There you go, Sevan Time. Follow Sevan Time.
Yeah.
Show her some support and love there as well. Anything we missed before we call it a day?
I don't think so.
Good.
I don't think so.
All right.
No.
Well, we want to thank you for taking time to sit down and chit chat with us. We hope it was what you expected.
Oh, yes.
Good.
It was great. It was.
We weren't as bad as everybody said, right?
I told you, women, when we're alone, we're 10 times worse than you guys.
There you go.
Yeah.
Guys, today's episode will be up and running on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all major platforms mañana. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. We'll see you guys all next week.